back to the Lady Yum Yum Show. I'm Anita Italiano and I'm back again to make another Italian recipe. Today we're going to be making wedding cookies. And they are a cookie that we always had at our Italian weddings in my small hometown. And I love them. They're inexpensive to make, they're easy to make, they're colorful, and they're so good. So let's get started. Follow me to the mixer. Okay, here's our first two ingredients. We have 1 cup of sugar and 6 large eggs. So let me bring up my mixer. The reason you start this at a slow speed is because you don't want it to go flying all over the place. So now that I have this going, I'm going to go ahead and increase the speed. And I'm going to mix it until it's a fluffy consistency, and that's about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, now we're gonna see what the consistency is like. Oh, and that's perfect. Great. Okay, now I'm gonna add in the melted butter. It's a 1/2 cup of melted butter. You're gonna let that cool and then add it into your mixture, and you're gonna let it beat really well for about 30 seconds. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of warm milk, 6 teaspoons of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and 1 teaspoon of lemon extract. And again, mix it well. One of the traditions in our Italian weddings was to set up a cookie table. And we'd have all kinds of cookies and of course the wedding cookies in lots of different colors. So if you're ever looking through a wedding album and you see a picture of a cookie table, you know that they're probably Italian. Now the fun part begins. We're going to get our dough and roll it into the cookie shape. First, what I like to do is get some flour on my hands so the cookie dough doesn't stick, okay? And just get into it and roll it into a little cookie shape, and it's about a 5-inch diameter around. I've rolled out the cookies and I've spaced them enough that whenever they start baking and start expanding, they don't run into each other. I've preheated the oven at 375 and I'm going to bake them for about 12 to 15 minutes. Okay, I'm going to check the cookies now. And the way you could check them to see if they're done is go ahead and stick a knife in there. And if the knife comes out clean, then they're done. You don't want them to get too brown. You don't want them to overcook because then they'll get too dry. I'm going to put these aside to let them cool, and then we're going to ice them. I have a 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. I have some lemon, and I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of lemon to the mixture. Then I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon of melted butter. And at this point, I'm going to mix in some milk and stir as I mix because we really don't know how much to put in until we see what kind of consistency. And I'm going to keep mixing this until I get to that consistency. And, you know, keep adding. If you need more milk, add more milk. If you need more powdered sugar, add more powdered sugar. And keep stirring. Oh, it looks like I added a little bit too much milk. That's okay. I'm just going to add a little bit more powdered sugar. And that's what you got to do. You got to play with this a little bit. And you want it to a consistency of maybe like a gravy. That's a good way to explain it. Like a gravy. So we're going to keep adding. And I think I've got it. And then this is where I'm going to add the food coloring. And that's always a fun part to do that. Oh, that's great. Let me just test this here. Oh, that's really good. So this is the fun part now. where we choose whatever color we want. So I think since yellow is my favorite color, I'm going to use yellow. So we're going to get this, put a couple drops in, and mix it. Sorry, gotta change hands here. Ah! Okay. Oh my gosh, that's a great color. But you know what? I think I'll add just a little bit more. Maybe one more drop. Make it nice and yellow. Oh, this is a pretty yellow. And let's go and get the cookies and dip them. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You can do this one of two ways. I like to just dip them and roll them around a little bit and then bring them out and set them back on my plate. And we're gonna let those dry, but look how pretty those are. So you go ahead and do this and change the color whenever you want to. I made mine yellow because I love yellow, but you can make them any color you want. I have my finished frosted wedding cookies. And don't wait for a wedding to make them. They're good anytime. I'm gonna try them now. Oh, this is so good. It's chewy, it's lemony, it's fantastic. It's yum yum. Lady Yum Yum, thank you so much for having me again, and I'll see you guys next time.